Don't change your meditation object too often. The following is a dialogue between a student and Luangpu. The student says, I tend to change my meditation object often, Luangpu. Luangpu responds with, You change it often? The student says, Yes, I change it often. Then Luangpu asks, Do you change wives often too? Then the student says, I don't have one yet. And Luangpu replies with, Is that so? Then don't get one. Changing your meditation object means changing your mind often. Don't switch your meditation object too frequently. Stand firm. Commit to it like your life depends on it. But we must choose wisely. Pick the meditation object that we can actually do, one that brings joy, then stick with it without giving up. Like when we use the mantra, Buddho, Buddho. We just keep repeating Buddho without giving up. But sometimes Buddho alone may not be enough. Then we can add another object, like the breath. Breathe in Bud, breathe out Do. If that's still not enough, you can add one more object, counting. Breathe in Bud, breathe out Do. Count 1, then 2, and so on. But don't use more than 3 objects. And when practicing meditation, avoid switching objects too often. If you change them frequently, it'll become difficult to observe the mind. When you practice with one meditation object and happiness arises, we know it. When suffering arises, we know it. When calm arises, we know it. When restlessness arises, we know it. When we continue practicing with one meditation object, we begin to see changes in the mind. But if we get bored and switch to a new object, we won't see anything clearly. We need to be patient and not switch too often. You have to fight with commitment. Just stick with one object. If it's Buddho, then stay with Buddho. If it's the breath, then stay with the breath. If you keep changing your object in the morning, noon, afternoon, and evening, you won't be able to see the mind. We might think the reason that the mind feels happy now is because we switched to this particular meditation object. Then, as we continue breathing, suffering arises again, so we go back to Buddho. Then we might think, I'm happy, I'm using Buddho, and then believe that we can control the mind. Changing meditation objects often, instead of seeing impermanence, suffering, and non-self, we end up seeing a false sense of control, that we're clever and can make the mind peaceful and happy at will. But if we don't switch, we'll come to see that we truly can't control the mind. Endure it. Patience is absolutely necessary. So in meditation, firmly grasp the core principle of practice. Choose one meditation object. Don't use too many. 1 or 2 objects are enough. It's like someone who has too many houses. It's complicated. Suppose one has 7 houses. On Monday, he stays in one. Tuesday, he moves to another. The first thing to do when entering a house is to sweep and mop. But by the time he's done, he's so tired he can't do anything else. The next day, he moves to yet another house. Just keeps cleaning every day. No time for anything else. No benefit or joy from having so many houses. But with one house, just a quick dusting and it's done. Then we have free time to rest, and resting in this case means samatha practice. Or if we want to develop insight, we also have time for that. But if there are too many meditation objects, the mind will be scattered, it won't settle down. Some people use one meditation object in the morning, then switch to another late morning, another at noon, and another in the evening, and again at night, constantly changing from one to the next. They're like people who constantly move from house to house. The mind never gets any rest. The mind won't gain strength. It will keep wandering and won't settle. If the mind is scattered, we won't be able to read it. It becomes chaotic. So we must observe ourselves. If the mind feels happy and calm with a certain meditation object, then we should stay with that one. But if happiness and calm arise, and the mind becomes attached, delighted, or pleased with it, be aware of that too. Then the mind becomes neutral, and it observes the state with equanimity.